Hi, I'm Courtenay Taylor, and this is Casting Cues. And today we're sitting down with Jami Rudofsky, who is a casting director who's probably best known for her work on The Gilmore Girls and The Practice. Hi, Jami.
Hi.
Thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
So we're just going to jump into your humble beginnings
Delightful.
from Denver.
From Denver,
Yes.
Colorado, yes.
Excellent.
Grew up there and came out in a while ago to go to UCLA. I went to UCLA for the theater program. Thought I wanted to be an actress. And about halfway through the program, I just knew it wasn't the route I wanted to take. So I started calling casting directors to see, because I thought, casting's kind of similar. I mean, maybe they do something with actors. I'm not sure. I don't know what they do, but it seems cool.
Yeah.
So I finally, Tammy Billick answered the phone one day, who I love, and she said, I don't have an internship, but I know someone that does, that might need some help. And I was like, great. So I got an internship in casting my junior year and loved it, and kind of knew from then that I wanted to cast. And then literally the day after I graduated from UCLA, I started work in a casting office. And pretty much haven't stopped.
It seems like, you started out, as far as I could find, on the Red Shoe Diaries.
Oh,
which must have been very interesting.
That was my first paid casting job. It was a fun experience, I will say that, because when I'd have to set up appointments for the actors, they would inevitably, the agents would say, now what kind of nudity is involved? And I'm like, upper frontal and from behind. And then I had to ask if the female's breasts were real, because they wanted real breasts. So that was
even
my
back
first
then.
paid
That
job.
was what, 96?
Sure. Yeah.
When you were very young.
Very young.
So.
Yeah. No, I went to college very early.
Yes, and
when
the
I was
accelerated
10.
program.
Yeah.
Yes.
So there's that. But yeah. So
wow. So that was a standard question. I'm sure it's become more standard.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was that gig, and then literally I just jumped from job to job to job after that, because I'd get a job with the casting director, and then inevitably the show would end, or they were taking time off. It was hiatus. And, at that time, I just, I wasn't getting paid enough to take off time while my boss took time off. So
Right.
I jumped around to a lot of different casting offices. And then I ended up with Janet Gilmore and Megan McConnell. They were going to hire me for this new, I'm trying to think what came first. I worked with them on, I worked with them on The Single Guy. But they caught me before hiatus, and they said, we know we're going to need help after this, and we want to hire you, but we can't hire you for the next couple months. So they ended up, they said a friend of ours needs a casting assistant on their movie, which happened to be a movie with Robert Duvall. And what was that?
The Apostle.
The Apostle.
Yeah.
And so I was like, seriously, I'm working with Robert Duvall? I mean, it
You
was
got
like,
some good ones.
it was pretty awesome.
Off the bat.
It was pretty dreamy, and it was his kind of baby, so he was very involved and around, and it was awesome. But I do remember driving almost every night to LAX, to the FedEx, because we would have to edit the auditions onto a VHS tape back then, and then we had to FedEx it to him.
Mm.
And almost every night, like after the sessions, by the time we finished, we almost missed the cutoff. So I was like, can't tell you how many times I'm speeding down Centinela to the
11:58.
to the airport to try and get, which is just hilarious, because the way things have changed since I've started is just unbelievable.
Now that things are so much online,
Yeah.
like how do actors kind of get seen by you or get on your radar?
I do a lot of different projects, and I also do a lot of theater in LA. I cast a lot of theater because that's kind of where that's where I keep my groundingness in the theater. So I meet a lot of actors that I wouldn't normally meet on other jobs, just from being able to meet new actors who have just gotten out here who may not have representation yet. So I meet a lot of actors that way. I am a proponent of some of the cold reading workshops. I am not, there's certain ones that I feel really strongly about, and I've met some great talent. And I appreciate the fact that I think that they've become a little more towards the teaching side of things, rather than just, hey, come in, do a scene, and I will take your money. I mean, and I've stayed away from places where I think that that's kind of more the aim. And so there's my places that I like to go where I do those, and it's a good place for me to meet people.
Thank you so much for being here. This has been Casting Cues with me, Courtenay Taylor, and casting director Jami Rudofsky.